Welcome, Mohan sir. Guys, we all know Mohan sir is my co-host in this beautiful journey. So, Mohan sir, today's episode is a very, very special episode, right? And do you remember this particular image?
How can one forget this image? This is the first ever documented image that I have seen of this piece.
Awesome. In fact, Mohan sir, before this image, my perception about this species was totally different. I used to, what I used to think? The leopard and the black leopard, they are all together two different things. But the day this image got viral and when I saw this, I got bonkers. Okay. Guys, who is a mystery man? So, Mohan, can you just reveal this mystery? Who is this photographer?
Who else can that be? Our great friend, Mr. Prakash Ramkrishnan. Welcome to this episode of ProView. Welcome, Prakash Ramkrishnan.
Hello, everyone. It's a honor to be featured in ProView. Let's share my journey.
Thank you, Prakash, for joining. In fact, Prakash, one small question I normally ask to all the photographers who come. Can you just share about something about your childhood and how this journey began?
Yes, actually, I was born and brought up in Coimbatore. Although I was born and brought up in a city life, but all the quarterly, half-yearly vacations are on my ancestral place. It's next to Coimbatore, but it's on the foothills of the mountains. So every quarterly, half-yearly, we are there only till the school starts, and we are roaming in the mountains. So that kind of thing. And what happened is after about I was like 10, 12 years, we started going every that summer holidays, the May. We used to go to a place on the mountains. So with the family, actually, my uncle's family, my mother, father, we used to stay for 1 week in that mountains.
Okay.
So we'll take all the things, provisions, or will be carried by porters. So every year after that, we started looking for May. So that was our only holiday. We go into the mountains and stay there in the jungle for 1 week and come back. So this continued for like when I joined college. After that, after I joined college, and then we became very individualistic. We stopped going there, but that passion for jungle was there. So I didn't start photography at that time, but see, I started going on treks on the Western Ghats, Top Slip, Parambiculam, Valparai. So this continued for a long time. And then when I used to come and tell people I saw this, I saw that, my sister used to tell, why don't you document it? Since you are roaming. So then I borrowed one. I can start about the camera. So I borrowed my friend's film camera and I used to do little documentation. After that, my friend from Singapore, he gave me one point and shoot a digital camera, Canon PowerShot IS2
Okay.
or something like that. That 5 megapixel camera.
Mm-hmm.
So that I shot some elephant images. Then the journey was going like that, and people were saying that you should buy a camera, DSLR.
Okay.
So after a little bit of struggle, all those things, I bought my first DSLR, the D80, Nikon D80 and 7300.
Okay.
Non-VR lens.
Okay. So you started your journey with the Nikon, right?
First camera Canon, then I bought a Nikon D80.
Nikon?
Then I was doing a lot of photography with that. So after I joined college, I went into serious trekking. So I was traveling like Paramikulam, Top Slip in the Western Ghats, Valparai, Nilgiris. And this journey, like my sister, one day she was talking to me, said that, why don't you document your meeting with exciting encounters? Why don't you document it? Then I borrowed my friend's film camera and I started doing started my basic photography. And then after a year, I think in 2005, 2006, my friend gifted me a Canon PowerShot IS from Singapore. So I was doing that. And one day, one leopard was sitting on the rock and my camera refused to focus because of the low light. And I got so furious. And then I decided to buy a digital SLR. So then I got my first DSLR, Nikon D80 and 7300 non-VR lens, and I was doing some photography. After that, 2007, 2008, Varun and Sanket Reddy came to Nilgiris. So I was doing some photography and learning a lot of photography from them. So they were having like that, those days that Canon 40D was very famous, and 300 f4 they were using. So I was very keen on that camera. I think I have that Better Photography magazine where there was a thing featured Canon 40D and 100-400 lens. I used to read every day. The same article I used to read every day. So that was in my mind, I have to buy this camera. So after that, 2009, I got this camera, Canon 40D and 100-400. And then my journey on photography was continuing.
Prakash, is this your first ever attempt at photography with the DSLR?
Yeah. So what happened is my construction work was going. So evenings I came to know from people that elephants come to the city proximity. So I started going there with my camera every day evening. In my bike, I used to take the camera and go. Then I started my serious photography with elephants. And then it was going on for 2-3 years. Like I was every evening 4 o'clock I'll be there, like with the elephants. A lot of exciting encounters, and I learned a lot about elephants in that 3-4 years.
So it's here that your love for elephants started, right?
100%, yes. I even became very close to one tusker. So literally I used to walk with that elephant. It became so friendly. And then people said, don't do this because it's a wild animal. So that kind of attachment I had for the elephants. So this journey continued. After that, again Nilgiris started. Going to Nilgiris on weekends.
Yeah. In fact, Prakash, everyone here is, very anxious to know about this entire series of images which gone viral, and especially this image. Okay, so can you share your experience on this, Prakash?
Yes. See, that 2006 incident when I said the camera was not focusing was a Black Panther. Me and my good friend Arul were sitting inside one old building. Then around 4 o'clock, I just looked up. I saw one Black Panther sitting on top of the rock and looking at me. And I woke him up, and we were trying to photograph. My camera was refusing to focus because it was like those days that camera, and it was mist and drizzling was there. I couldn't even click one picture of the Black Panther. So then I decided to keep the camera. I was looking through the binocular. About 1 hour, it was sitting there like a cat crouching and looking at us.
Oh.
So that incident, fueled me to go behind these leopards. So what happened after that, after my DSLR, so every Sunday morning I used to drive in my bike, I used to go to Kotagiri and do my birding in the till afternoon, and evenings are every day go and sit for the leopards. So this journey continued for 3-4 years, but general people used to tell you are very lucky. I'm not saying that it is without luck you can't get anything, but I have gone at least 100 times for this image.
Oh, okay.
At 2010, I still remember that day. It was August 15th, so it was a holiday. So we decided to go just for a drive. We went there. I usually take my camera whenever I go. So we were actually going to eat lunch when my good friend Shivalingam, he told me we'll go to the Leopard Rock and we'll have lunch. So we were carrying the lunch and walking. Then he suddenly spotted something on the top of the cliff. He asked for my binocular. So I gave the binocular. He looked through the binocular and started jumping. He said, this is like after 2006, I'm seeing a Black Panther. So let's run. So we got so excited. We started running towards the cliff. Then we put all the food, dropped the food and people who were with me, they couldn't climb up the hill. So they all dropped out. So
Okay.
me and Shivalingam went up the cliff. So when I reached, he went before me. The two leopards were sitting. He saw Shivalingam jumped off. So when I reached the top, only the empty rock was there. I was so upset. I missed a golden chance. Then Shivalingam said, we will go and hide somewhere. It might come back again. So we were sitting behind a bush, and then the normal leopard jumped first.
Okay.
Then he said, the black will come now. Wait, don't get up. Let the black come into the rock. So when the black jumped, I just stood up. No, I couldn't control. He was telling, no, wait. No. I said, this is a dream thing. I just got up and started clicking. And then this Black Panther looked at me.
Oh.
The black looked at me. The shutter sound, no, it turned, just saw me. And then I don't know how the communication went. Even the male leopard, the normal leopard turned. That is that image where the both of them seeing me.
Yeah.
And a couple of minutes, and the both of them jumped off.
Yeah.
What
And,
was the camera that you shot this with?
Canon 40D and 100-400.
What was your experience with? Can you share that also, please?
100%. See, actually, I went blank. Actually,
okay.
I was unfortunately I had a 30 Mbps card, which was buffering continuously. I was like clicking like mad, and it was buffering. I was cursing, and I was firing. Actually, I don't even remember that excitement with that excitement. So after the leopards jumped off, we were like excited, and we started climbing down. So he said, we don't want to disturb it. We'll go down. So once we went down and we were reviewing the images, the reality never hit me. So I called Varun.
Okay.
From there only, I called Varun and Sanket. I said, I got an image. Yes, what image? There is a normal leopard and a black image. Immediately, both of them said, what the hell are you talking? This is nobody seen that image. Then only reality hit me that something rare we have shot.
And Prakash, this is as you said, this is a game-changing image, not for you but for the entire fraternity. Because first time when I saw this, I couldn't believe my eyes. So Prakash, congratulations for this amazing feat, and I don't know how many awards you have won for this image. So once again, congratulations for this beautiful image, and thanks for sharing this image with the entire world. So brilliant, I would say. Okay. So, yeah, Mohan sir.
Amit, can you tell me, how did you ever meet Prakash Ramakrishnan for the first time?
Mohan sir, it's a very, very funny story, okay? I was doing my tiger safari, I think in 2011, in the summers in Tadoba, that's in Maharashtra. And one of these evenings, we were coming back from the sighting from the safari, and halfway in the jungle, my car broke down. So there was another car came in, a couple of photographers were there, and I could identify one of my senior photographer, Mr. Varun. So he just stopped his car and said, Amit, what happened? I said, yeah, my car broke down. He said, Amit, okay, come to my car. I'll just drop it to the gate. So I was sitting in his car. Then I said hi to that. Was the first time, in fact, I was meeting Varun. I know him through the INW website and all, but it was really a very, very joyful moment. Then I was talking to Varun, and then quickly Varun introduced me to a guy sitting next to him. And he said, Amit, do you know this guy? I said, no. He said, he's Mr. Prakash Ramakrishnan. And I simply said, oh, hi, sir, how are you? Karke? Nice meeting you. And मैं वहीं पे मेरा conversation छोड़ दिया, and I was discussing with Varun, ये वो करके. Then all of a sudden, this image came to my mind, and I asked Varun, अरे वरुण, एक बंदा है यार, उसने ना कोयम्बतूर के आसपास कहीं पे शूट किया है ये ब्लैक पैंथर और ये नॉर्मल लेपर्ड. Do you know that guy? Amazing image, man. So Varun started laughing. He was laughing. मतलब what happened, Varun? Why are you laughing? बोलता है, अरे अब थोड़ी देर पहले तेरे को मिलवाया था ना, मेरे बाजू में बैठा हुआ है, यही तो वो बंदा है मिस्टर प्रकाश रामकृष्णन. And I said, oh shit, man. I'm so sorry. They literally said sorry to Prakash. And Prakash also started laughing. But guys, I'll tell you, from that day, I mean, not only from that day, before the day I saw this image, Prakash is always a hero to me. I started more digging into Prakash and his entire story on this thing. And that's the reason why, guys, I want everyone to hear this story of Prakash. Because not everyone is blessed in terms of, the high-end gears and all the stuff. I mean, the guy who has started right from the scratch, in terms of the basics, point and shoot, and then gradually going to smaller, I mean, improvements in terms of cameras and gears and all the stuff. Okay. In fact, Prakash's story is very, very inspiration for me. I mean, probably I'll reveal that also, what Prakash is today now and what Prakash was. So I know the entire his career span, from 2010 to 2020 now. Yeah, and that was a real very, very good moment, and it's a very funny story. That's why I wanted to share this story over here. Yeah, Mohan, you're saying something. Sorry.
And can you believe this coincidence? And that is the exact trip where I too met Prakash Ramakrishnan in Tadoba for the first time.
So पहले इसको देखे कोई पता नहीं चलता this is Mr. Prakash Ramakrishnan, okay, because he is very, very popular hasti on Instagram and Facebook nowadays, but if you see him, लोगों को पता नहीं चलता. That's the reason why, guys, Mr. Prakash, I request him, please come on the camera and please show your face, and I want to take your interview here. Okay, so thank you, Prakash, once again. So, Prakash, I think this is a game-changing moment for you also, right? And after this, I think your real journey has started into a wildlife, right? Because after this image, I saw a couple of amazing series of images from you. So, especially in the Western Ghats.
Yeah. So mostly I started going to Valparai and Nilgiris on weekends. So this lion-tailed macaques is interesting species. This is so many years. Still, I don't get bored of shooting this species. It's an amazing species to shoot. So I got series of images. I used to go on weekends and to shoot lion-tailed macaques. And hornbills. In Valparai is famous for hornbills. So this journey, like Nilgiris and the Western Ghats, was more into my weekend journeys. Saturdays and Sundays I used to spend on these species.
Super, Prakash. In fact, this is one of my favorite shots from from your LTM series. Can you just throw some light? I mean, what lens did you use for this particular shot?
This is actually our co-host, Mr. Mohan Thomas, D850 and 1424.
Okay.
We want to shoot some wide-angle perspective, so I shot with this camera only. This image was shot in this camera.
Yeah. In fact, Prakash, if you remember looking into these images, I immediately called Prakash. Prakash, sir, I wanted to come to the Valparai and want to shoot these LTMs. And thank you. You helped me a lot to get some amazing shots for me also. It's a beautiful, beautiful forest. I think you are in love with the Nilgiris and especially the Western Ghats, right? In fact, Prakash, did you see a lot of change in the forest? What you used to see in your childhood and today's forest? Is it changed a lot?
100% it is changing. So development happening in the mountains. But I would say Valparai is nothing development is happening because of large plantations.
Okay.
But on the Nilgiri side, little development, in the name of development, a lot of things are happening.
Okay.
But Valparai is same. Valparai is never changed.
That's amazing. I think there are a couple of NGOs also working.
They are
conservation about those species, right?
Yes.
Very, very. I was very happy to see that the entire system is there to protect the species. A beautiful series. Amazing series. Prakash, and again, this one particular image. Okay, guys, for your knowledge, I called Prakash as Prakash Anna. Okay, so many times during the conversation, I'll always say Anna or Prakash Anna. So it is basically my respect to Prakash. Okay, beautiful image again, Prakash. Where this was?
This is again in Valparai. So February's are very dramatic settings. In the last February, I got this. So every day morning, I used to go to this particular slope and wait for some elephant or gaur. And the third day or something, I got one gaur in that mist and that backlit image.
Beautiful frame, beautiful that feel. And I think this is a tea estate, right? That gaur is
standing. Yeah, tea estate.
Right? Amazing. In fact, Prakash, there are a couple of images I saw on the social media also. The gaurs are roaming in the streets and some villages. Is it from the Valparai? So some of the videos?
No, that is from Nilgiris.
That's from Nilgiris.
That is Nilgiris.
Okay. Again, a beautiful setup, beautiful image. किधर है ये प्रकाश सर? ये कहाँ पे शूट किया था?
This is like I was doing little of filming. That time I saw this elephant and another one taking the grass out of from the water, and they were feeding. So I was filming, and then I stopped and I took few shots of wide away to show that the reflection in the water was beautiful. So I got some wide angle perspective of the backwaters and the forest.
Amazing, amazing, amazing shot.
It's a beautiful, beautiful frame, Prakash.
Mohan sir, I saw a couple of your images of this beautiful species. I think he's the guy who is our guide and our this thing, the resource for
Yes.
this beautiful images, right? So
Yes.
Prakash sir, I think I heard that you're also associated with one of the big project, and can you just share something about your experience with the hornbill and filming?
Yes, see, this is one species I will never get tired of shooting.
Mhm.
This hornbills is a fascinating species, and see, there's a study we went through in that part of the estate. So this was like we were telling Sandesh Kadur that this phenomenon happens during September, October. So he has put up this story with the Netflix team.
Okay.
So they were interested in this. So then they went through research. They contacted research people. Is this seriously happening? Then they got permission from the wildlife board, everything for filming. And then the Netflix team arrived. So they said, since this, this place better, you have to assist us in this
Okay.
filming.
Okay.
So I was like assisting Warwick Sloss, one of the leading cameramen in the world now. He is shot for the Big Cat Diary, everything. So I was with him when this image I still remember. I was driving Warwick. Warwick was sitting on the left side. I was driving the car.
Mhm.
So it was an hairpin bend. When I stopped the car, we saw about 50 of them take off from a ficus tree.
Oh,
Shit, he was
Yeah.
jumping. He said, "Oh, we missed it. We missed it." Then next day, what we did is we parked the car way ahead and we slowly walked down. Walked down. He put his tripod, everything. Then they took off. This
wow.
I took. He said you take couple of shots also since he was filming.
Okay.
So I took this shot and they took off.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Now this is again a mystery image for me. What exactly happening here, Prakash? What exactly
Yeah,
happening?
the Netflix team actually came for this phenomenon. They want to film this phenomenon. It is called cask butting.
Okay.
So, but it has never been explained. Still now, researchers don't explain why this phenomenon happens. Some two males, they do this. They lock the beak in midair and do this. So
Okay.
this I got before the Netflix thing.
Mhm.
And then the filming was happening 25 days over. We were not getting the cask butting. So
Oh.
this is like the Netflix team from London. They were pressurizing that we want that sequence.
Okay.
I think on the 27th day, I was actually watching through the binoculars, and we have a walkie-talkie. I was sitting down, and Warwick was on the watchtower.
Okay.
So this two of them were flying very closely. So I called him on the walkie-talkie, said, "Warwick, be ready. There might be a cask butting. Be ready." So that he's a very experienced cameraman. So he immediately locked on to the pair, and then 2-3 times they cask butted. That is what they show in the Netflix thing.
Oh, okay.
27th day we got it.
Amazing.
Isn't it? Isn't it? I mean, it's a new knowledge to me that I was always thinking that this cask bunting is done by a male and a female.
No,
This is
actually,
new.
male and female they do while sitting. They exchange fruits and all, and they do the kissing also. I recently last week I got a footage of hornbills, male and female, doing lot of kissing and all. But this phenomenon is before the pre-mating ritual. Two males, it's like a fight. Even the researchers don't have proper explanation for that.
Oh,
Even
amazing.
David Attenborough has mentioned that we are not aware of what is happening, but it's a thing. It's a beautiful thing. And after that, 28th day, again we got cask butting. So we got about 5-6 thing. Then we wound up the shooting. Actually, we have shot all the frames before. Once we got the 30th day, we wound up the shooting.
Yeah. So again, Prakash, and congratulations for this beautiful feat. Amazing, amazing. And the day you shared this with me, I was actually, I mean, ऐसा भी कुछ होता है क्या करके. Okay. Couple of your images from Western Ghats.
Yeah,
Again,
this
very
is from the
fascinating.
Nilgiris.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful image. Can you see the whole image, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is
Oh,
from the Coimbatore outskirts.
okay. And this is Indian Eagle Owl, right?
Indian Eagle Owl, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Beautiful, beautiful image. Prakash, I mean, what is that key important thing when you actually take the flight shots? You always go with the higher shutter speeds?
Yeah,
And
I
what's your...
do because I actually learned a lot from shooting hornbills.
Mhm.
But hornbills are like, even if you have some shutter speed like 1000, you can freeze. But some fast birds you need high shutter speed. And I think this image I got because of the latest Canon R5.
Okay.
It was absolutely. I have series of 7 images. I think every focus was on the eye.
Uh-huh.
So I just firing, and all the images I got tag sharp eye.
Okay. So that's a typical, the new technology called eye
New
tracking. Because
technology. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was
I
about
think
to tell
it
you.
has made photography very easy, I think.
Okay, but I was very this thing. Yeah, when the birds in flight, again, it's a very very difficult thing for me, guys. For Mohan sir and Prakash Anna, ये दाएं हाथ का खेल hai. Okay, but for me, birds in flight is again a gray area. So that's why I was about to ask, how did you manage to get that focus? So yeah, the technology is evolving, and fantastic. So I think you have been trying this new Canon R5, right?
Yeah, I've been doing this.
Perfect.
And let me take this opportunity to congratulate you once again on being selected as the Canon influencer.
Canon Mastro, they call it, right, Prakash Anna?
Oh, influencer.
Canon influencer. Okay, cool. So Prakash, and again, congratulations, man. That's why for your journey is very inspiring, you know. I mean, starting from that point and shoot, you know, saving every penny to get your DSLR and then becoming a Canon influencer.
Still that is going. Thank you. Actually, from 2008, I've been in Canon only after my first 40D.
Okay.
So it's a 12-year journey, and I think people then Canon people decided to put me in their influencer thing. I was happy actually. It's a pleasure to work for them.
Absolutely, Prakash. It's a very, very heart touching moment again, because I know your struggle days, right? Buying that point and shoot, and then jamifying every penny to get your first DSLR, and now you're a Canon influencer. So it's amazing journey, Prakash. Now congratulations. Well deserve it. Again, let's go back to another beauty from Western Ghats, right, Prakash Anna? Again, this is?
No, this is Amur Falcon. I think 2016 November December. This happened in a place called Palakkad on the Kerala side. So people from all over India, they started coming and shooting, because you will never get this kind of Amur Falcon images anywhere. Even if you go to Nagaland, you will get images on the wire, something like that.
Mhm.
This kind of background, this kind of image. Even Monsar came, Clement came, everybody, Bangalore people flocked there for this.
Okay.
It was there for 2 months.
Okay. But now, is it a regular visitor here, or it was
No.
by
Only
accident?
2016 it came. After that, no.
Okay. Again, a beautiful image. Again, congratulations to catching Amur Falcon in South India. Yes, and this is what another story which again very very few people know about this story of Prakash. So Prakash, again, congratulations for the first ever photographic evidence of this beautiful species. If I remember way back, you know. So what is that story, Prakash? I mean, can you just tell us?
Yeah. So 2011 October, we were camping in Mukurti trekking shed
Mhm.
for 3 days. So one day we decided we will go reach the Mukurti peak. So we were trekking to the peak. Almost we were like 1 hour from the peak. Then we decided we couldn't trek anymore because we didn't have breakfast, everything. It was like 11:30, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So we decided to turn back. So we came to the foothills where my friends were there. On a stream, we were all having breakfast.
Okay.
Then I was like eating. Suddenly somebody said mongoose. Then I knew when he said mongoose, because I know Mukurti is famous for Nilgiri mutton. Then I turned and saw both of them were on the stream. They were jumping from rock to rock and coming towards us.
Yeah.
I just took my camera. I shot about 10-15 frames. Nothing was focused. Out of excitement, all the images were blurred, and then they disappeared. And then I was like running behind them for half a kilometer. I was running behind in the grass. Then I was searching. Suddenly, two of them came on this rock.
Yeah.
Two of them, the pair, male, female, came and looked at me for a few seconds, and then they disappeared. And then the male came and displayed like playing on the log, everything. Now, all this thing, this is the male.
Okay.
So this is again a dream sighting, because till then, few people, including N.A. Nasir, they have documented one Nilgiri marten. So that was the first ever image of a pair.
Okay.
In fact, after I took this photograph, I sent this to Divya Muddappa.
Mhm.
She was from the NCF, and she did her PhD in small carnivores.
Mhm.
So when I sent this image, she was like, she called me and she's telling, what the hell? I've been in the jungle for so many years, but I have seen so many times, but no photographic evidence.
Okay.
And one more gentleman, he's doing his research in, he's from Bangalore. He's been doing research for 8 years. He has not seen a Nilgiri marten till now. So I gave my images for his presentation, everything.
Awesome.
Finally, he got some video camera trap images in Talakaveri.
Okay. Super. So again, a fantastic story, and again, congratulations, Prakash Anna, for bringing this species, and some rare footage. Thanks for sharing, Anna.
When are you showing me this Nilgiri marten? Prakash?
That is what everybody is asking. But this is actually a highly elusive. Now, a lot of people are seeing it in Valparai.
Okay.
But it is again, it is everywhere in Western Ghats, but the sighting in daytime is very, very rare.
I just remember one story, Prakash. Your sister was in Valparai, and with the iPad,
She
saw,
shot with iPad. Yes, yes.
and she thought it was Malabar giant squirrel.
Malabar.
Is it?
Yeah. She sent me the photograph. Then I said, "This is a Nilgiri marten. Where did he shoot it?" He said, "It was on the parapet wall. I shot with my iPad." That is, some people are lucky.
Awesome.
And after that, I have got a footage of a Nilgiri marten feeding on a giant Malabar giant squirrel.
Wow.
So
Wow.
this time I decided to shoot video because it was full backlit. I have better images, so I thought I shot video, and that is the first videographic evidence now.
Awesome. Again, congratulations.
Congratulations.
When we can see that the video footage, and where?
Yeah, it is there. Anytime.
Sure. I think your journey, I think of late I've seen you doing a lot of tours in Central India and the northern parts of India, right?
Yes.
So, this is one of my favorite image. I think this is from which park? Bandhavgarh or Kanha?
This is from Kanha.
This is from Kanha. Okay. Beautiful again image from Kanha. And birds. I think you do a proper justice to birds also. It's a beautiful again image. Asian paradise flycatcher male. This is shot
again with Mohan Thomas in Satal.
In Satal, okay.
Yes, Satal.
It's a beautiful image and very nicely composed.
So this birding craze was there for me till about 2016, 2017. Then this tiger craze started. So this Corbett thing happened. I used to be doing safaris in Central India, Pench, Kanha, Bandhavgarh, Tadoba, and then he literally pulled me to Corbett. Mohan Thomas literally pulled me to Corbett in 2013. After that, no turning back.
Yeah. So, Prakash Anna, so whenever you go to Corbett, you will always recommend, at least spend some time in doing some birding around Corbett.
Yes. All this has happened like I combine my Corbett trip with Satal. So Satal, I have done 7-8 trips now.
Yeah. Beautiful series. And here comes the Corbett. I think, Prakash, you have got a special love for Corbett, right? And I think he's your favorite elephant from Corbett.
Yes,
so who is
my favorite too. So this fellow is so friendly. So this was shot in 16mm, 1635. He's very comfortable when you are on the jeep. So a lot of wide-angle images I've made of this elephant.
This is this famous Lal Khan from Corbett?
Yeah, it's Lal Khan.
Yes.
So, Prakash, one question to you.
Yes,
if you rate the top forest that you like in India, which will you like the best?
Obviously, it's Corbett.
And where in Corbett?
Where else? Dikala. That's my first home, not second home. That is my first home.
I'm sure, Prakash, we all are missing Corbett, especially this April, May, no, this season.
100%, 100%.
And who is this beautiful lady?
This is
That's his girlfriend. That's his girlfriend.
this love, this addiction towards this tigress started in 2014, I think.
Okay.
Again, Mohan sir and me, we were on the swimming pool, and she came to drink water in that favorite swimming pool of hers. So from that day, that addiction started, and I would say it's a coincidence. So whenever I go, I get sighting of Parvali. So some people say, so you have come, no sighting for 1 week, you have come, definitely she'll come. But that is happening. I don't know whether it is coincidence or something. And I have not come out of Dikala without seeing Parvali.
Wow.
Not even in one trip.
Yeah, she's a legend. She's a legend. Yes.
Of course.
And how about this?
This is like we were waiting for the Cubs, and the Cubs were on the other side, and she was on this side. This spotted deer walked straight into the tiger. Suicide, I would say. Then
So
she
you
got
actually saw the
this,
live kill?
Yeah, we saw, but inside the grass.
Okay.
I saw Parvali jumping and holding it. I couldn't take a shot. It was in the grass. Then she pulled this to the Cubs. So that time it was a very heavy spotted deer. So she stopped for a moment on the road. That time we got the shots.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I know Corbett is known for elephants. I mean, I normally go to Corbett only for elephants. Tiger sighting is so rare. But I think Parvali has changed.
After Parvali, actually, when Monsar and me went in 2013, tiger sighting is like they will cross the road.
Right.
You will see tiger, but not a proper image. You won't get proper images in Corbett. After Parvali came, I think people started getting amazing tiger escapes from Corbett.
Yes.
She became very bold.
Yeah. And this is a dream frame, man. Tiger in the Ramganga.
Right? This is Parvali's daughter.
Okay.
So they were chasing deer on the other side of Ramganga river. When one deer jumped into the river and started swimming, this cub, she also jumped inside the river, and she was chasing the spotted deer. That time I got this image because the current was heavy. The tiger was struggling to cross. It's a subadult, no? So that time I got series of images, and with the bubble in the tail, the tiger's water splashing, everything.
Yeah, again, a fantastic use of shutter speed, and I mean the way you frozen that moment, no, and the way you compose it, it's a beautiful image again. Okay, now one disclaimer. थोड़ी देर पहले प्रकाशन ने बोला swimming pool में Parvali, okay? So swimming pool is not any other swimming pool, but then this particular area. This is a small puddle of water, and where this particular tigress, she comes, she drinks water, she takes rest, she sits in the water, especially in the summer months. So that is what Prakashanda mean by swimming pool. And Prakashanda, I'm right? This is the Parvali.
Yeah.
Right?
This is she loves this place.
Okay, beautiful image.
Beautiful image.
Such a adorable image.
This is Parvali's the latest litter cubs.
Okay, very cute.
Again, they are like their mother, very bold.
Again, a signature shot from Jim Corbett.
Yeah, this is a Makna.
Okay.
So this time we were on the Kamarpata road. We saw the Makna. It was walking the other side, but I thought to show off the salt trees, the magnitude of the size of the salt trees. This is a big elephant, but it looks very small in this frame.
Yeah. In fact, Mohan sir, if you observe, a lot of people, they always keep shooting the landscape mode in their cameras,
Yes.
In fact, this is the kind of images you can make with a vertical frame. You can actually see the entire scape if you shoot vertical in this kind of environment. So beautiful frame, Prakash, beautiful frame.
Beautiful.
This is again Lal Khan.
Okay.
This is again shot with 1635.
That's why I was about to ask you. It's again a wide angle shot because it's so nice, sharp, and beautifully framed again. Beautifully framed.
Of late, I think you have started loving shooting with wide angle lens,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Because Corbett, the splendor of Corbett can only be explained by showing the habitat.
Yes.
So this is
And
signature Sambar Road wala shot.
okay. And it's a different Tusker, right? Not the same
No,
Lalkar,
this
right?
is a different Tusker. It's a different.
Okay, it's a beautiful frame again. So Prakash and I, this kind of frame, when you shoot with a wide angle lenses, normally you try to focus on the elephant, or you try to focus before that, so that everything can become sharp in terms
No,
of
on the elephant.
on the elephant. You try that. Super.
Beautiful.
Again, a beautiful image. When I saw this image, Prakash, for the first time, I thought it's somewhere in Africa, not from India, because then I saw no, the elephants are looking Indian elephants. So
This is
when
on the
is
dam side of Dikala Chaudna, on the dam side.
oh, okay. Beautiful frame again. When I actually visited the Jim Corbett for the first time, especially Dikala, and I never visited Dikala before that. I started going there since 2013, 14. And before that, I visited Mara. Okay, so when I saw Dikala, I mean, for me, Dikala is Masai Mara of India. You know, that kind of shots you can actually create there, especially the scapes, the animal scapes.
This craze for snow leopard started. So
Okay.
first year I went to Ladakh.
Mm-hmm.
We got some frames, but it was like a wide angle shot with a 600 mm. So it was very far. So we didn't get some decent images in Ladakh trip. So second year again we went to Spiti Valley. One sighting happened, but the third trip to Spiti Valley, we got very good sighting of this leopard.
Prakash, I mean, just one general question for everyone. I mean, what amount of time you need to spend if you want to actually shoot or take good images of the snow leopard? I mean, how many days? Because I know it's a very tough terrain. What was the altitude here when?
This is 15,000 feet.
Oh my God! And you are staying there on that altitude?
Yeah. Kibber, we are staying in Kibber only, Kibber village.
It's a Kibber village, okay. And how long one can expect to make some good frames? How many days you need to minimum spend to get some good frames?
Minimum 7-8 days you should spend, because sometimes year before last in Spiti, for 7 days we got one sighting. That's it.
Okay.
Sometimes you may be lucky. Sometimes this also we had 3 sightings, but this was the closest thing we would get.
Super. So these are for me the wonder kids. Yeah, Mohan sir, do you know them?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So Mohan sir, who are they and why they are here?
It is Sitara and Agastya, brother and sister, both mentored by Prakash Ramkrishnan. And mind you, guys, there is no award left which they have not won, whether in India or international. They have won everything possible. BBC, Nature's Best, Sanctuary Asia, DJMP, you name it, they have won all of them. Congratulations to you, Prakash. I'm really proud of you.
Yeah, Prakash, I mean, you, as Mohan sir said, you know, any award you name it, and you see Sitara, Agastya, their images are there, and they are award-winning photographers. Can you talk about this wonder kids? Anyway, I'm going to invite Sitara also in the upcoming episodes.
Yeah.
But can you just tell about this wonder kids?
Yes. I think Sitara was 9 that time.
Uh-huh.
So one day I was in Sitara's place, and I had this wide angle lens, and she was like, "Can I click some images?" So I gave her the camera. She was shooting her dog. Okay. And the way she was holding the camera, everything, and she was shooting. No, I said, "You wanted to learn photography?" She said, "Yes." So after a week, we went to Top Slip.
Okay.
So I gave my 100-400 and 40D to her. She was very small that time. Although she was 9, she was very small. But you won't believe, whole day she carried that camera. She never complained it is heavy. Okay. Because I know even guys say 100-400 is heavy. I know people. But this girl was carrying whole day in Top Slip. She was shooting monkeys or macaques, everything. And the evening, she never complained that camera is heavy. Then I knew this kid has something to do with photography. Then seriously, started taking her on Western Ghats. Then she got her thing. So one day, what happened is she was in boarding school.
Mhm.
So I came to know about an owlet family
Mhm.
in the outskirts of my Coimbatore city.
Okay.
So I told her mother, can we take Sitara out to photograph the owlets?
Uh-huh.
So that day, her exams were over and she was supposed to be brought. So from the school with the uniform, I took straight to that spot, the owlet spot,
Okay.
and she started shooting owlets.
Yeah.
And then her brother was not interested in photography. He was just sleeping in the car. So after some time, I told him, "You also shoot, man. Why you are not?" Then he took my 100, 400. He also started. He also stuck to photography after that. So
Oh.
the next day, you won't believe, Amit. The next day, we were supposed to go to Kabini.
Okay.
Mohan sir was also there.
I want to share that. I want to share that.
What are the story?
Okay. I want to share that. Once she and her brother both were traveling with me on a safari in Kabini. And there happened to be a leopard on the tree with a kill. And all the safari vehicles were lined up shooting the leopard. And she started shooting. She is a small, very small girl, 9-year-old, and she's very thin. The way she started shooting with different angle, lying down, standing up, mind you, all the people in the other vehicles, they stopped photographing and they were watching this girl. They knew this is a wonder kid going in the making. That is the first time I could interact with her.
Yeah. So wow. Again, congratulations, Prakash Anna. I mean, because of your mentoring, I mean, this kids could achieve. I'm sure. I mean, this girl has got a lot of talent, but I always believe that a good photographer has to be a good naturalist first, and he needs to have lot of knowledge on the nature, the behavior, and all. And thanks for nurturing this talent, Prakash Anna. Congratulations for such a beautiful,
Yeah. So
beautiful.
incidentally,
talented
that
child.
spotted owlet image. So that image went on to be featured in BBC, highly honored in 11 to 14 years category. Sitara was 11 that time, and she went to London to receive that award. And then in 2016, both of them, brother and sister, got highly honored in Winland Smith Rice International Award conducted by the Smithsonian Museum, Washington. So they went there and they spoke on the stage. And then again, I think brother and sister got featured in Nature Photographer of the Year in Amsterdam. Both got runner-up. Then Agastya went into senior category. So she is still winning. She won 2017 Sanctuary Asia and 2020 Nature in Focus winner in youth category.
Yes.
And Nature's Best Asia, till now she's won 3 highly honoreds. So her journey is going on. She's won 6 international awards and all the national, whatever this big competition in India, she has won all the 3.
Yeah, indeed, the wonder kids, Prakash Anna, and thanks for nurturing this talent. Okay. So now, Prakash Anna, how about your now the next journey from the photography to a cinematography? I heard something like that. Okay.
Yes, actually, when Mohan sir got opportunity to shoot a promotional video for Mudumalai Tiger Reserve, so he asked me whether you can also join. So I joined, and in fact, you were also there. So filming in Mudumalai with Ravin, everything, I learned a lot.
Okay.
So that passion started there, and after that Netflix thing happened. Now I'm more into documenting videos than photography now. I'm shooting a lot of elephant behavior in Western Ghats now.
In fact, I'm sure we can see some stunning footages. Yes, Mohan sir.
Thanks to you, Prakash, and Ravin and Amit, all 3 of you, for making that Mudumalai video a grand success.
Yeah. Sir, RRR pleasure. But I'll tell you, in that entire Mudumalai trip, what I learned is again the field knowledge, the way Prakash, his eyes, the way he spots it. Believe me, guys, just one small story in that 7 days, we could even film Black Panther Nimudavai. And all thanks to these two expert gentlemen, Mr. Prakash Ramakrishnan and then Mohan Thomas. Okay, probably कभी बता दूंगा मैं वो celebration वाला moment भी in the future videos. You know, it's a secret. But I definitely wanted to share that. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Prakash. Thank you, Prakash. Yeah. So with this, guys, we are coming towards the end of this particular episode. Thank you, Prakash, for joining here. And guys, anyone wants to learn or join Prakash for any of these trips, you know, I can just give the link in the description below. And once again, Prakash, thank you so much for joining and sharing your amazing story and amazing images for our channel. So thank you so much.
It's a pleasure, Amit and Mohan sir.
Thank you so much, Prakash, from me. And we would like to have you back soon. Guys, if you like to see such episodes in the future, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe our channel. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh my God, Raj.
try.
एक सब्सक्राइब बटन हिट करो
जल्दी
जल्दी
सब लोग सब्सक्राइब बटन को हिट करो जल्दी Say once again.
सब लोग सब्सक्राइब बटन को हिट करो जल्दी